Hey, welcome back to the Strong Tower Neuro Training Top 5 series. Coach Brian with you today, and I'm excited to bring you our top 5 ab exercises. So everybody talks about the core in the fitness space, how important it is, and how can we train it. So these are some good options starting out to start to develop in some specific abdominal muscles. So really important for these muscles are for respiration, for breathing, for stabilizing the low back. And so the first one, really important pelvic and low back stabilizer, is our transverse abdominis hold. So we're going to start this one out laying on our back, and we're going to be in a post tuck. That's a tailbone tuck where we push the low back into the floor. From there, I'm going to keep legs straight. Hands can be down here. I'm just going to raise one leg about 12 inches off the floor. This doesn't sound super difficult unless we're here for a long time, and we're also ensuring that that tailbone is staying in the tuck position. So this is all about keeping a posterior tilt or tuck in the tailbone and the pelvis so that that low back stays neutral or even a little flexed. You should feel that low back area contacting the floor. So I'm going to start out maybe like 20 seconds on each side. We could work up to 30 seconds, and then eventually like to see people work up to at least a minute with the right leg up and a minute with the left leg up. And of course we hit that other side. For the sake of the video, let's keep rolling. So the next one is a muscle action stack. We're basically stacking the actions that different muscles act on joints. And in this case, the muscle is the internal oblique muscle. So I'm going to start out with my knees slightly bent. I'm going to get a nice tuck in the pelvis or tuck in the tailbone. I'm going to add a side bend or lateral flexion. If I go to the left, I'm targeting my left internal oblique. I'm also going to rotate towards that side, keeping the tailbone tucked, side bend a little bit more, rotate a little bit more, making sure that I'm also then exhaling to finish this contraction. So we could go 10, 20 seconds, and I want a hard exhale, meaning all the air, I'm flushing out, making sure I'm in that side bend and rotation. Right here in the internal oblique side ab is where you should feel that contraction. And again, we're going to hit that other side. Side bend, rotate. The pelvis is posterior tucked, posterior tilted. So I have that tailbone tuck, side bend rotation, and hard exhale. Nice strong contraction on that exhale. From there, we're going to go into the six-pack muscles. So the rectus abdominis, the ones that go just front, kind of right down the middle, front line of the body. This is also an exhale muscle. So much like the last one in that muscle action stack, we're going to start with the tailbone tucked, and then we're going to slightly flex. So not quite as much of a lateral flexion as the last one. Slight side bend, then I'm going to flex forward slightly. So I'm side bent and then flex forward. Hard exhale again. So I want to think about bringing my xiphoid processor right down under the sternum here towards my pubic symphysis, which is that front pubic bone. So I'm drawing those 2 points together. Should feel those abs contract nice and strong. Again, 10, 20 second hold. We're utilizing the exhale again, or using the breathing to create a stronger muscle contraction, which hand in hand goes with better respiration, more efficient respiration. Same thing on the other side, little tuck in the tailbone. We're going to slightly side bend and then go into a forward flexion, exhaling hard. 10-second contraction, working up to maybe 20 seconds, even 30 if you want to get a little crazy with it and do a little bit more endurance work for that rectus abdominis. Again, the six-pack muscle that everybody thinks about if you ever think about a six-pack. So there is the VSIT. The next one, and this is a lot like the transverse abdominis hold, the TA hold we started with. We're in more of a static position, so we're holding for some of these. One of the main jobs of the core musculature is to stabilize, so we want to work it specific to that task oftentimes. So in this one, I'm tucking the tailbone again. You got a really consistent theme there, right? And so maintaining a little bit of a lean back, so I'm not sitting all the way up, but if I tuck my tailbone, start to lean back, I am going to really get some good ab engagement. And then we can do all kinds of stuff out of this with the VSIT. We could do like some reaches, some rotations. We could do a press with a dumbbell, a kettlebell, or a ball in this case. And then you could also do like a toss and catch. So adding a little bit of perturbation or force absorption into that catch, really going to work the abs. We could also, to make this a little tougher, bring the feet up, bring the heels up off the floor, and now we're really working. And then you could, again, add in some other movement with the upper body. So love the VSIT in terms of a great option to train those abs. Then the last one here, number 5, is the side plank. So we're going to go ahead and set up with the forearm pressed into the floor. Fingertips are actually going to press into the floor a little bit. And then I have my elbow directly under the shoulder. And I'm in a nice, tall, straight line posture. And again, going for time here. So you could start with 10 seconds, work your way up to 30, and then eventually 60 seconds, and maybe beyond. So there's the side plank, other side, similar setup. Make sure that elbow's under the shoulder. We don't want the arm and the elbow way out there. We want shoulder over top of it, and then setting up in that side plank. The top hand is, of course, free. We could do some rowing patterns, a little bit of a press, hold the arm up, do some shoulder circles. A lot of options with that free hand. You can also regress this, if you're not ready for that side plank variation yet, by bending the knees and then setting the knees down instead of the feet. And that's another great option for the side plank. Guys, keep checking out our top 5 series at Strong Tower Neuro Training. Looking forward to seeing you in the next video. Remember to subscribe, like the video, and drop any questions or comments that you have in the comment section below. Thanks.